In Austin, a DPS trooper fatally shot a driver of a stolen Fort Worth Fire EMS ambulance after that driver led law enforcement on a chase down Interstate 35. Several vehicles were rammed into, and the top deck of the interstate was shut down for hours. Authorities say at about 6:30 this morning they were alerted about the stolen ambulance going south on I-35 in Williamson County. Troopers found the vehicle and tried to pull the driver over, but a chase then started. Officials say the driver began intentionally ramming into vehicles, and troopers tried to perform a pit maneuver but could not stop the driver.
As the ambulance continued southbound on Interstate 35 around US 290 area in Austin, the driver began intentionally ramming multiple civilian vehicles. Troopers did attempt to pit the ambulance, but those attempts were unsuccessful. The ambulance continued to ram vehicles as it began to travel onto the upper deck of Interstate 35. A DPS trooper then discharged their duty firearm, striking the suspect. The suspect was pronounced deceased at the scene.
That investigation, meanwhile, is ongoing. The suspect's identity has not been released. The Texas Rangers will be leading the investigation into the officer-involved shooting. We will pass along any updates as soon as we learn about them.